Hello everybody and welcome back to Grocery Store Tycoon, where at the end of the previous episode I said I'm going to go off and make some money and get ready for the next episode so that we can come in with some money to spend and do all sorts of bits and pieces. Well, that didn't happen. As you can see, I have minus $220 at the moment. Hopefully when I now switch to Debbie we can go and raid the till and get some more. We can indeed. 178, so we're still negative, but at least we're getting there. Hopefully this person will enable us to get over the threshold. Let me just okay that item. So, what happened? Well, I started doing the next day, and Ruby here called in sick. About a minute before she was due in, she called in sick. Okay. Then outside, I had a huge stockpile of stuff that I'd ordered in, so I was bringing in a load of stuff. Ruby had gone sick, so I had to work the checkout and try and bring in some stock, so it was a bit chaotic, but I was managing. But it was a bit chaotic because we do get quite busy now. Partway through that day, I unlocked a token which enabled me to get an employee. As you can see, you might have seen, the Restocker here is making her way around and doing some restocking for me. So I thought, wow, I'll get the Restocker. That's perfect. What a savior. Halfway through a very tricky day where one of your employees is off sick. Perfect. I've got access to another employee. So I thought, I'll get the Restocker. The Restocker, pretty slow. Yeah, we'll go through more of that in a moment, but not the quickest, and took a long time then for me to get back on top of things. We ended up being so far behind on stock. And it's just taken me a few days to try and get anywhere near back to the stock levels. It's funny how one thing can go wrong, like Ruby going off sick one day, just threw the entire gameplay into disarray, and I ended up, as you can see, I ended up well into the negative money-wise. We are now back in the positive, but yeah, it's been a bit of a mess. Really, it's been a bit of a mess. The good news is, though, I do have enough skill points. Just okay this purchase. I do have enough now in the progress tree to get everything done, but I think it's going to be this episode and probably one more before we get all of that done. Purely because of finance, really. We're that far behind now. I've got myself into so much of a hole. I'm having to try and get my way out of it. We have got plenty of stock, and plenty of stock in the storeroom. I'll get to that in a second. So we should be okay now, but yeah, we've got some money to get, because all of this stuff will cost money. All the freezers, any more shelving we need, etc., all costs quite a bit of cash. But I am going to get the inventory management, because I think this should be 2. I think this would be 1 and this would be 2, so I think we should have enough. We've stopped getting any objectives on the side for some reason. I don't know if I've just got to the point in the game where they're no longer in at this stage. So I've stopped getting any extras. But now we've got that. What's going on here? Oh, that's fine. We've just gone off to do some baskets, I think. Now we've got that, we can actually get into our inventory management here. So we can actually see our inventory management, so we can see what we have, what we don't have. And now we can change prices as well, which is also pretty handy, because I'm feeling like I need to put mine up a little bit. So the market value is 344. Well, I'm already thinking this could be 4. And see how that goes, because we're selling quite a lot. The demand is higher than we actually sell, to be honest. So we could lower the demand a little bit compared to what we actually have in by upping the price, I would assume. So let's go an extra $1 on all of these items, because I need the finance right now. So I'm going to go an extra $1 on those. 55% margin. This is already a 58% margin. I'd be tempted to leave the corned beef, although that's a 57 as well. I mean, all of these are set pretty high, to be honest, already, based on the margin. The demand for almond cereal versus the amount we've sold is pretty skewed. We did run out briefly, but I've generally always had stock of that. But I think we could lower the demand. Yeah, we could lower the demand. I think if we start selling this for 10... and see how that goes. So I will up the corned beef, actually. We'll up that to 5. I don't know how this is going to affect stuff. I have no idea. We'll find out as we go, I suppose. This is what I thought I'd bring you back for, because I was going to make some big changes to the game here. chips. Might just charge 7 for those, or maybe 7.50. So once again, there's a high demand there. I don't know, by the way, if putting the price up would lower the demand slightly. It might do. So this, for example, this is pretty tight with demand and sold. So we're keeping on top of the demand, basically. Now, obviously, we could just buy more of those in, and we would easily keep on top of that. But I'm going to charge $8.50 for these. I don't know why it's... So I'm typing in $8.50 there, and it's coming up with numbers of its own. $8.50. What is it doing? That's so weird. So I'm pressing 8 on the numpad. Maybe if I try my other ones. What is going on with this? It's going very odd. Let's try 8.50. It works on the regular num keys. It just doesn't work on your numpad for some reason. Weird. Well, it does work on the numpad because it was doing them earlier on, but it seems to have a few issues. Crackers. I guess we could charge a nice even 10 for those. We don't do Brussels sprouts and things. Eggs. $14. Wow. That's expensive, isn't it? Let's charge 16. Not expensive enough. We don't do some of those things, so we'll leave those for now. We'll do those later once it becomes a thing. Milk. We've got a high demand for milk. I do keep running out of milk. I need a better shelving system for milk. I think a fridge of its own would help. Let's charge 8 for milk. Let's charge 9 for chocolate milk. We'll charge 10 for water. We'll charge 10.50 for this. We shall try and charge 10.50 for this. There we go. 10.50. Let's charge 8.50 for that. We'll charge... Should we try 15 for this, or do you think that's a bit much? Should we try 14.50? I don't know what you can get up to be honest. It could be that you could go all the way. And it doesn't mind. I don't know. Where were we? Orange juice, I think, weren't we? Pineapple juice will charge $9.54. White rice. Maybe 16. Basmati rice, $17.50. Wrong button. $17.50 for that. Okay, I really don't understand what's going on here with this. $17.50. It's so weird. I'm not even pressing 3. I'm pressing a 7. $17.50. That is really odd. I don't know what's going on there at all. I was pressing a 7 for $17.50 and it kept putting 3s. I've never had that before in a game. Very strange. Let's try 4 for that. Paper towels. I think we can get away with 18 probably for that. Toilet paper has to be 40. I want to sell more toilet paper. $40 a go? The demand is high as well. Maybe we should get another shelf and stack it with toilet paper. See, this is the information we didn't know before. Other than the 3 items that you could sort of see, I didn't know what was selling and what wasn't selling. Now we know that toilet paper costs $40 and there's a bigger demand than what we're currently selling. We could have had, you know, loads of toilet paper around. They need my help, but I'm just going to let them go through that. Apples will charge 6 for, I guess. Charge 6 for green apples as well. Bananas we don't sell yet. Although I will set the price for bananas because I think I'm about to buy some. Cucumber, we'll leave that. Actually, yeah, we'll leave those for now. Orange, we sell oranges. We'll sell them for 6 as well. I think that's it, really. Oh, tomato sauce. Why isn't this up with the other items? Charge 13 for that. Total random prices, really. Charge, I think we can get about 24 for Coke. Let's try it. 24. Let's see what happens then with these. People don't seem to be complaining, I don't think. Good cash in the till. This is what we need, because I'm so far behind. Right, on to the restocker then. Now we've set some prices. Just take some of these things away. Anyway, so the restocker. So, initially, I had stock outside as the story began, so I just started my day, and Ruby had taken the day off very late, like 1 minute before supposed to be arriving for work, decided to take the day off. So I'm stuck at the checkout, doing a little bit of restocking, but struggling. So then when the restocker finally comes along, I think, fantastic. I can actually just focus now, because I had a queue of like 8 people. I can just focus on getting that queue down and sorting out in there. Now, she did grab, and she is the top one, by the way, as well. I had 2 applicants. She's a very good applicant. If we have a look just quickly at her status, workforce, Isabel, pretty good. Pretty reliable. Social skills, not so much, but she's not working as a cashier, so I don't think that matters. Work speed, 5 stars. Walk speed, 3 stars. I think the other one, he had, I think, a 4 work speed. I think he may have been slightly more reliable, but yeah, Isabel was the clear choice. She does grab, as you can see, she takes the trolleys. We've got a new one to help her out. But she takes these and she grabs these items out here and brings them back in. But she wasn't, for some reason, loading in that many of them. She was doing them still like 1 or 2 at a time. It really wasn't super quick. And then she'd stand here for a while and think, and then she'd load them on, and then she'd think again, and then she'd load them back on. A bit like what she's going to do here, I think. You see, she's a bit... She'll stand, have a little think, then grab the item, then put it on, then grab another one, and then put it... And this is why I ended up in so much of a hole, because I was kind of relying on it for that day, thinking, oh, that's my problem sorted. But this is what got me into a bit of a problem, because then I was about out of stock of everything. We weren't earning any money anymore because the shoppers couldn't buy stuff. A bit like now, for example, because I need to help her out with this. The shoppers aren't buying as much because there's not as much on the shelves. Then it takes her a little while to put some stuff on. You see what I mean? This just takes a little bit too long. It's got a lot of promise. I really like the way it works. I like the fact they can bring basically multiple boxes with them to fill up. Sadly, still only one thing at a time. I don't know if that'll change at some point, but it would be nice if she could also go, you know what, we also need some pasta. And put some pasta on her cart as well to bring through here. Only ever one item at a time. But with the cart, at least can bring multiple boxes of that item. So that's an improvement on what you often see with restockers. But yeah, it takes her a little bit of time to get going and actually do things. We're about sold out of everything as well, which is also not good. I'm going to take some milk through because I saw we needed some. Yeah, nowhere near as fast as the player, which is fine, but we only have access to one restocker at the moment, and it's... Yeah, she doesn't keep on top of things as much as you'd need, really. You also appear to need these shelves. Like, I had this stuff in here. I put another shelf in here, and I was putting some stuff on the shelves in here, rather. Boxes on the floor, she wasn't really that bothered about. And I had boxes in here that needed restocking, and she wouldn't go near them. So I assume you need these shelves for the restocker, which is fine. It's eggs I want. But yeah, just the whole process is a little bit on the slow side. It's more her thinking process. It's not... Like her way, when she gets here and she's putting stuff on, that's not too bad. And it's not even too bad when she's walking in between. It's just her thinking time beforehand. She also walks around the store with a little, like, clipboard and pen. And she's walking around, and I thought she was going to be, like, taking stock orders for me. Like, hey, we need more of this, we need more of this. And then it would flash up and say, hey, we need more of this, this, and this, and this. That didn't happen. I don't know if that's planned to happen. That would be a cool idea, by the way. If your restocker could also... You know, basically create like an order form for you just to press go on. when stock's low. That would be cool. But I did find her doing that when stuff was more important to be stacked on shelves. For instance, here, now I don't know if we've got any apple juice. We don't. We haven't really got a lot of stock, but I have noticed, and hopefully you'll see throughout the rest of this video, I have noticed, for example, if we had almond cereal in there, and we don't have any here, you'd think that would be a priority item, wouldn't you? Well, I've noticed that then she would come along and bring water, and just put water on here, even though clearly the priority item would be almond cereal in that case. She was loading up with water, even though there were still 3 or 4 waters left on there. I don't know how that all works or how it triggers and stuff, whether the person here had just happened to just buy it and that's what's triggered it and it looked that way when I got here. Like, what are you doing? You're clearly stacking the wrong thing here. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, she's not the most efficient here. She comes with a clipboard and pen. See, this would be really cool if she was taking stock now, because she is basically taking stock. And if I hover over her, we can find her and click on her. Walking to check spaghetti pasta for current stock. So she is checking current stock levels. I don't know if that's changing our inventory stock. So we're on top of that there. I don't know if she's doing that, but it would be nice if this was then like, we're down to our last strawberry cereal. You might want to buy some. It'd be nice if it was that. And this, because this just kind of wastes a bit of time. Now, granted, I haven't got any stock for her to really be putting in really now. Although she could be if she was in the fridge section, which I've never seen her go to, by the way. She's never been in here. This cost me about $1.5 grand to put that shelf in there, and she's never been in there. She has found something to restock. But yeah, it'd be nice if she was restocking some milk. But yeah, that's what's got me into the issues I've been in. Let's restock those. Let's grab some money out of here. So it would appear that our price rise has been accepted by the public. I wonder how high we could actually go with that. But that is handy because, as you saw, I was negative money when we started the video, and I've got a lot of stuff to buy. So the idea was to have enough money that in this episode I could just be placing some more of these down here with some more products on them, and then getting the freezer stuff sorted. But yeah, like I said, I think we're maybe having to do another episode after this to dig myself out of the hole. Desperately need stock though, don't we? So I'm going to have to start ordering some stuff. Now, I don't think you can do that from this screen. Can't. It would be nice if you could do it from this screen. Like, salty chips, stock, 5, buy. That would be handy. Or at least if I could create the shopping list here. Because I obviously have to go into the order screen, which is great. Oh, you can do it side by side. Okay, that's fine. You can do it side by side. The benefits of a Tycoon game, I guess. Okay, that's not as bad then. This becomes a bit easier to do now than it was before, even, where I was walking around. So, canned corn we've got 10 of. We'll have just 1 canned corn then. Green beans. I think if we keep around 10 of everything, that would be acceptable. Corned beef we've got plenty of. Almond cereal. Let's buy another 5 boxes of that then, because we're desperate for that. We haven't got any. Strawberry cereal the same. We might as well get another 5 boxes of that. Hot chips. We've got 23. It's not too bad. I'll just buy 1 of those. I think we're going to be okay money-wise. Salty chips, we'll get another 5 of those. I don't know if this could be streamlined by having this all on the one screen rather than just like the 2 different ones, but having it side by side at least works. So, have another 5 of those. Eggs we're fine for, definitely don't need any of those. We don't sell any of those items. So, onto milk. Definitely need some more milk. I'm going to get 6 of those. I keep selling out of milk like crazy. As you can see, the demand is very high. And we never get enough on the shelves. So we'll have some more milk. We'll also have some more chocolate milk, even though I don't need as many of those. We'll probably just get 5 of those, maybe. Chocolate milk. Water. We haven't got any water, really. I don't know why water is in the dried goods. Probably have a tab of its own, shouldn't it? Liquids or something. Got another 5 waters. Spent $1,000 already. Pasta, we haven't got any of. Apparently, we've sold completely out. I'm going to get 6 of those. Because then we get them... Well, at least we got the final one for 28. So a slight discount. Spaghetti pasta, we've got lots of. Cranberry juice, we're not doing too badly with either. I'll just have one of those. Orange juice is fine. Apple, pineapple, we need both of pretty badly. Might get 6 of each, since we're doing okay financially. 6 of each. White rice, basmati rice, I'm going to leave those. Salt. Get another 5 of those. Paper towels and toilet paper. I'm going to make sure we get plenty of these. Let's get 6 of each, because... if we can, that is. That's taken us to 2,400. Now, there will be some cash in the till. Depends how much there is. And what the employees are going to charge, of course, for their daily salary. Red apple, green apple, we need to do... Now, they're really expensive, red apples and green apples. I might leave them for now, because they're like $70-something a go. Let's just check the tomato sauce and cola. Tomato sauce and cola. Cola, we definitely need more colas. Let's get another 5 of those. Tomato sauce, we'll just get the 1 off. So that's 2,600 already. If I was to buy another carrot... well, apple is down. We'll put 1 apple in. See what I mean, though? This is going to really up the price somewhat. 2,800. I very much doubt we're going to be able to afford that. Let's take a look. So we can afford it, but if I take it, I can't afford the employees. Now, it only went to negative money, didn't it, at the beginning of the episode? So maybe it's okay. It'll let us go to negative. I don't know how many times it's going to allow me to do that. We'll find out, I guess. If nobody turns up, I am absolutely screwed in the morning. But, yeah, we'll see. Now, fortunately, I didn't call Debbie in until mid-morning, so we've got plenty of time here to get some restocking done on our own. I might need another shelf in here. I don't think I've got enough space in here for everything necessarily, but I just can't do it. I haven't got enough money for that. I think the shelving for this demo... Well, it's not really a demo. It's more like a prologue, I suppose. It's a bit bigger than a demo. I think some of the shelving is a little expensive. Like these 1,000 and what have you. I think they're a tiny bit expensive for the demo era of the game. Maybe even for the full game. Maybe some of them should be a bit cheaper. Because this one in here, that was 1,400, I think. That's quite a lot of cash. You know, it's well, you know, it's like a day's... You make about 2,000 a day at the moment. You know, it's most of a day's earnings, and you still need to buy your stock on top of that. So, in the early game, it's quite difficult to afford. Right, all of that has been put there. But yeah, I think the restocker just needs speeding up a little bit. Less thinking time, I think. Just because, like, as the player, so I can do, like, you know, one of these crates in what? A minute? Even with this cart, the restocker is going to take a good 10 minutes over this. It feels. Because they'll take not enough boxes per thing, maybe 1 or 2. I never really saw it take any more than 1, to be honest with you. It's not like this kind of load-up speed that I have. But I'm sure that will get tweaked over time. I'm not that concerned about the full game, for example. I'm sure those sort of things would tweak. And if you had a second restocker or a third restocker, I think the more restockers you have, the better it would be anyway. Like, I don't think it would make that much difference. If you had 3 restockers, one of them would be in and out doing this all the time. One of them would be sort of sorting it out in there, and the other one could be backwards and forwards doing the rest of it, or you could have 2 of them in store or whatever, you know. The more you have, the better it would be. So Plus the player as well. I mean, the player is always going to be... should we take this directly through? Let's take this directly through. The player would be doing this generally anyway. Because actually, as I found out, when I was having to do the cashier's desk again, wow, we are minus 701. Ouch. Ouch. That's a lot of debt. Yeah, when I was doing the cashier work during Ruby's day off, I have to say, Ruby is a lot faster than I am. She is insanely quick compared to the player. It's very rare you have an employee in a game that can go faster than the player. But in this game, there is no way. No way I could keep up that fast. My mouse speed just isn't fast enough. Because it's not even like you do change giving or anything. It's literally just scanning things through. But I am just... Like, I can whiz things through, but you get a little bit seasick almost because the screen's wobbling side to side so much if you go that fast. So, yeah, there's no competing with your staff member. Particularly one of our stature. She's pretty good, actually. So the thing here then, we should be doing this differently, shouldn't we? Toilet paper is way more expensive for them to buy than paper towels. We should probably double do the toilet paper, not double do paper towels, to be honest. Might even be worth, once we can get another shelving unit or something, might even be just worth getting another one just purely for toilet paper at that kind of price. And there's enough demand as well for it. The demand, of course, could change. There's no saying that the demand will remain the same. It'd be interesting to see, actually, whether that changes or not in the next day. Now we've changed our prices, whether the demand has changed for certain products. I think I am. Even though it's going to be a weird split shelving here. I'm going to put some more toilet paper up there. Leave that down there for now. Right, let's go and fetch the rest of it. Right, this is mostly cold stuff. It's all mixed. It'd be nice as well if cold stuff would have its own pallet, a separate pallet with cold stuff. I know it just comes in sort of like when you order it, it just comes in its own way during the order, but if cold stuff had its own pallet, just so you don't load up like this and then you've got a load of cold stuff mixed in, and then because when you're unloading in there, it gets a little bit like you're going backwards and forwards a lot because you go, right, oh, now I've got a cold item, so you have to go all the way back here, and then you have to go back here again because now you've got dry items, and then there's some more cold stuff below that you can't quite access yet. And I guess you could unstack it better here. But if it just had its own thing, you know exactly what you're picking up. (2:48 a.m.) Now, do I send Debbie home to gain a little bit of energy? Otherwise, she's going to be missing through large periods of the day. I don't really want to get her body clock all kind of completely off here. So we might just have to do this and then... Because otherwise Debbie's going to be here at night all the time. She'll have to go away during the daytime, which means I can't do anything really in the daytime shop floor related. And we'll get Debbie coming in at the wrong end of the day all the time. Gonna have to go home for a little bit. Unless we could just... She could stay, but we'd have to be buying coffees, which we can't currently afford. So I think she'll just have to go home for a little bit and then bring her in at lunch or something. That's milk that needs taking back. Green beans. That's all milk as well. Almond cereal. Let's get some of that on there. Chocolate milk. Can't get a lot on, but we can get some. Strawberry cereal. Some more strawberry cereal. Put that down there. Crackers. I think that's... It's not all cold stuff, is it? But it's... A lot of it is, I think. Full juice. See, I can't get to that. I'm going to have to move that out of the way. I wonder how long you get before the cold stuff goes off when it's out of the fridge. You know what? I'm going to leave that one just there. Strawberry cereal. Salty chips. Right, that's all milk and the rest of it, isn't it? So that can go back on there. I'll have to come back for those ones annoyingly in a bit. They can stay just there. Let's take these through. Otherwise, I'll end up leaving them there and they'll spoil. This shelf is at least bigger than the others. You can get a lot more on there than you can these ones. Quite nice. Milk, go on there. Milk. Milk. Chocolate milk. And more milk. Oh. Debbie's, unfortunately, her body clock is completely gone, isn't it? Can I just access any cold items? I don't mind leaving some of the dried goods. I want to make sure I've just got all of the... Ah, there's some milk down there. I want to make sure I get all of these cold items in. The rest of them, it doesn't matter too much. They can just sit out here. And actually, our restocker will probably do it. In fact, our restocker will probably do this anyway. Just very slowly. She's about to come to work, so we've just done the night shift, essentially. Our restocker will be here to bring all this stuff in gradually, very soon. I'm going to load up what I can until the restocker gets here, and then we're going home, I think. Corn. Need to get some more space for almond cereal as well. Shift starts in an hour, so I think our employees should be on the way in. Here they are. Morning. I think what they do first is they go through here, because it says on my, when I come out like this, it says going to like time card or something. Waiting for time clock. So I think they come here and then they kind of swipe their time clock and start, I think. Or are they just waiting for the day to start? I don't know what they're doing. But I think they kind of just get here and wait for their day to begin. Water, right. I'm going to put all of the rest of this stuff on here so that I can. And then we'll come back for the rest of it. So there's not actually that much stuff here for the employee to do anyway, because most of it went on the shelves in there. If I take this one, I should be able to load all of that stuff up. It's laying on the floor. I'll put it all on. I'm not sure if the restocker will pick stuff up from the floor in here or not. She may do. She's got full access to it if it's on here. Now, will she touch it like that, do you think? Or she's already restocking stuff, so that's good news. Just do that for her. Right, I think we need to send Debbie home because her energy bar is now flashing at me. So send Debbie home. Debbie can go and rest. That's what I should have done there. What I should have done, I can't cancel that task either. What I should have done is done that manually. She takes a while to walk, does Debbie? Come on, Debbie, it's time to go home. You've been here all day. 24 hours we've spent in store. You must be tired. So you see what I mean? She's just taking stock here. Now, I know there's not a lot of stuff to do here because we've just redone it all, but I don't know. Look lively. It'd be nice if this actually seemed to mean anything. I don't think it does. Right. Well, until Debbie gets back, there's not a lot I can do here. All I can do is sort of sit and watch this go on fast forward. Because I can't afford anything because we've got minus $701 until I can access that till again. So I can't even buy any shelving or anything like that. So I'll bring you back when it's time to bring Debbie back to store, I think. Because all we're going to do here is sit and watch from above. So I'll bring you back when it's time to bring Debbie back to work. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are back to work as Debbie. So we've got most of our energy back. Just had a bit of a snooze throughout the morning. Back for lunch. So we've been pretty busy during the time off. I imagine we've got quite a bit of cash just laying in here. Yeah, $1.5 grand. It's good. So we've now got a little bit of money, so we're at least positive again, $764. I know we need more eggs. I don't think the restocker does the fridge at all. She does not restock the fridge items. I've been watching it get lower and lower and lower, and she has not once considered coming to get some eggs. Which is a little bit unfortunate. So, yeah, I don't know why the restocker doesn't seem to want to come in here. But yeah, so far the restocker does not do fridge restocking for some reason. Which isn't too bad when the player is here, but when you're away like I was just then, There is nothing I can do. You can't even, like, trigger them. You can't, like, click, like, hey, go do this. So, but I think she's kept on top of some of the rest of it. She's been walking around for a little while with her... And now she's proving me to be a liar. Why hasn't she been doing this? Those eggs have been out of stock for ages. So, okay, so she does come in here and she will go to the fridge, but it takes her a while. I think she has to go around with her notepad and pencil and actually find, like, a list of jobs to do. I don't know if that's what she's doing, maybe? I don't know, but those eggs have been out of stock for a while. And now the chocolate milk is out of stock, well, nearly out of stock. So hopefully she's coming to do that, or some cola. Everything's not too bad. I think we could probably get away with upping the prices a bit more, to be honest. Which I may well do. We don't have access to this, unfortunately. I can't see exactly how things are working. But I've had no complaints. People are still buying it. I haven't noticed anything go odd. So maybe we could up some of these prices a little bit further. And the demand, look at the demand for chocolate milk. 128, the demand on chocolate milk. That's crazy. 128 chocolate milk. We're only selling 49. We are not on top of that at all. Well, that's quite similar with regular milk as well. So the demand is going through the roof on some of them. So it doesn't look like, particularly, it doesn't look like altering the price stopped demand. I thought it might lower demand a little bit because obviously the price is higher. And that will get us better, you know, closer to, a bit like the salty chips here, would get us closer to the sale and demand being even without having to get loads more shelving. But I don't know if the price has really changed anything, to be honest, other than the fact we're earning a little bit more money now. But I'm very tempted to up them further. It's something I might do between the videos. I might up the prices further still to earn some more money. Because although we're earning good money now, it'd be nice to earn a little bit more. I think 3 grand a day is probably what we're needing, really. Because I need to purchase... let's see, I need to purchase... What is it? Another 3 of these, isn't it? Just to get all that produce on. So it's another $3,000 on produce stands. I then need to purchase a chest freezer, I think is what we're going to unlock. So then I need another 1,500. I probably need... Well, it looks like... Well, I don't know, but if they're 2 compartment freezers, potentially, they might be 4. If they're 4, I need 2 of them. If not, then we're going to need a few of those as well. So we're going to need, you know, the best part of 10 grand here. Just to get by. So I might up the prices a little bit more in order to get us there. Now, what I can do is we can start spending our tokens because we're fully done anyway. So I'm going to get that, and we're going to get that as well. So we're going to have a token that we just can't spend at this point in the game. Obviously, when the full game runs around, we will be able to spend that point wherever. So if you wanted a desk for Debbie to sit at, which would help us with the finance and maybe even get some loans, we could go down this road to get some marketing in, to get more people in, although we're pretty busy as it is. Down this road to get better stockers, which would be good, more cashiers. Or you could expand, of course. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into the full game when we get all of these things unlocked. As for right now, money is my only enemy, really. We've unlocked everything. So I think between this video and the next one, hopefully now my restocking nightmares are behind me. And I can keep on top of stock and get back to full levels. We're pretty much at full levels of stock, but keep those stocks high. Is she coming back with a cold item? I hope so, because we are out of chocolate milk. And that's regular milk, not even chocolate milk. See, that's what I was meaning before about surely the chocolate milk is a priority item. Unless we've not got any, which we have got some, surely that's a priority item over regular milk, which still had some on the shelves. I wonder what she's coming back with this time. If that's not chocolate milk, if that's something crazy, it's not chocolate milk. What on earth is it that's... So you think it's better to be restocking spaghetti, which had, I don't know, let's pick a random number of like 40 on the shelf, over chocolate milk? You chose spaghetti instead of chocolate milk. Chocolate milk has sold out, and you chose spaghetti, which had a nearly full shelf. Unbelievable. So hopefully that gets sort of fixed in the future. I'm absolutely certain it will. The developer is very good. I don't have any doubts that sort of thing will be taken care of. Just remember, this is only like a prologue. You will find things like this happening early stages in games. Hopefully for the full version it will be fixed. But yeah, so between the videos, what I think I will do is I'll try and earn a little bit more money and actually manage to do it this time. Now we are a bit more on top of stock, so I can just keep buying some more stock. And hopefully we'll have a bit more money to then do the produce, get all of that, and get the freezers done. And maybe a couple of other shelves as well, just so we can double up on maybe toilet paper and things like that. And maybe a couple more fridges as well, so we can really get the chocolate milk and other bits and pieces that have got huge demand. Actually get them shelved up with high quantities to deal with that high demand. But at least we've made some money today in the end, and we need some stock, but we don't need that much stock, so I shouldn't end the day on a huge negative outlay. How much did my staff cost me anyway? Because when you're looking workforce, 26 and 25. Now, I'm pretty sure that's their wage that they've always had. No, I guess it is. I guess, yeah, that probably is about right then. I was just thinking, it seemed to cost me a lot more this previous time, $700, but that's probably about right. Because they both did a full day then. I think it was the first time they've both done a full day. It's quite expensive, isn't it, staff? $700 something a day. That's quite a bit of cash. At least I've purchased most things now. We've got everything. It's just the shelving here. Now we've got $2,000, nearly $3,000. That should be enough for me to add a few more of these in, just to get the ball rolling here. But at least get a couple of these, maybe, or at least one. We'll have one, I think. I was gonna go another one, but you never know, do you? Could you imagine if I just suddenly, I don't know, sank $1,000 into, or $2,000 into stock, and all of a sudden now you have no money left. So we can get some more produce. We're only going to get one more of those. That's going to take it to here. It's a bit squeezed in, isn't it? Might have to have them facing. Just then, where do you put your freezer section? I guess over there, maybe. We'll figure that out next time. But we will be ready next time. So in the next video, I will have money this time. No doubt about it. We will have plenty of finance. I'll try and get us up to $5 or $6 of just throwing around money. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Let's just calculate this. So we need another 2 of these. So that's $2,000. Max item types 2. So we're going to need 3 of these. So that's another 3,000. So that's 5,000. 6,200. And we should have everything then, yeah? 6,200 should give us everything. And then possibly another cooler or something after that. But so I'm going to build my way up to having about $7,000. So at the beginning of the next video, we can just buy all of those things that we need, and then we can get some stock, and then that will probably be it, because we've about finished the game then. So yeah, the next episode will be the final episode of this for now, until the full game comes out, and then we will return with a full store and be able to bring it all the way around here and have a bit more storage as well, and more employees and more things to do. But we will finish the demo off in the next video. We've got a few more minutes just to see off here, so we'll fast forward our way through the final hour. We've gained some more tokens that I can't spend. And there we go. That should be it. Everybody will go home. Let's just grab some money out of the till to make sure we can pay everybody's wages and things, which we can anyway now. That's plenty. Good. So what started out with an incredibly negative number, well, it actually got worse, didn't it? We went all the way down to minus 720 something, was it? And now we're up to 3,350. So we've had a good productive episode, I would say, and got this place back up and running again. So yeah, next time we will finish it off. And yeah, I think that will do us. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like. Consider joining and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you for another video very soon.